Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Michelle Flawless. So tonight I'm going to be talking about my parents disowning me. So they disowned me a while ago now, and the reason why they did is because I used to take drugs. Yeah, I used to get involved with the wrong people years and years ago. And I think what did it for my mum is the day I called the hospital. Well, I called from the hospital and said to my mum, I'm dying, could you please help me? And this is like when I used to get too high on drugs and stuff. That was the breaking point for my mum. Like at the end of the day, I think anyone in that position, especially if your mother or your father, and your son is constantly on drugs and is intoxicated on drugs, there gets a certain level where your parents are going to say to you, bye-bye, see you later. And unfortunately for me, that was my cue a while ago when my mum and dad basically disowned me. My dad hasn't been very nice to me in the past with my mum. It's always been a bit of a tricky relationship between me and my dad. He's just been like, Diane, fuck him off, not interested. And that is the attitude, unfortunately, that my dad has had all along from when I've been a child. And that's not nice and that's not healthy, you know what I mean? Like, that used to upset me so much because even though they're not my real adopted parents, even though they're not my real parents, they're still my adopted parents by law. But my dad was just bang out of order, you know what I mean? I think it pushed... Again. Getting me. Fucking police and ambulance are enforced tonight. Hope everyone's alright out there, my darlings. Anyways, let's continue. So, yeah, basically, my parents disowned me, and there was one day my mum called me and I was in Norwich, and she wasn't very nice. She was just like, Matthew, you can fuck off. We want nothing to do with you. It wasn't your father that told you to fuck off and to stop speaking to me. It was me. And I was just like, wow. And my mum was just like, we want nothing else to do with you. And that was so hard to hear. And I cried so much. Like, I used to get upset over my parents, and I still do a little bit sometimes. But like one of my friends said to me ages ago on Facebook, she said, Matthew, Michelle, I like to call myself Michelle on my YouTube, you know what I mean? My past is my past. I'm having my name changed soon anyway. I'm not going to be Matthew anymore. I'm changing it to Michelle, because I just like Michelle. So, yeah, not because I'm a trans person or anything like that. I just want to call it Michelle. You can, so I might as well. And they're now bringing the he, she, they, them, their thingy into Scotland now. That's now all starting to take hold here in Scotland. It wasn't 5 years ago, but now it is. So might as well. Might as well use that to my advantage and change it as Michelle. I will. But yeah, where do I start? So, my dad was very nasty to me when I was younger. He used to smash all my bedroom up. He used to be horrible towards me. It's just sorry about the background noise. I can spastic on a moped again. A lot of distractions tonight. Fucking fire engines, fucking ambulances, police cars. Fuck off. I'm trying to do a YouTube video, bruv. I've gone all professional. I've got my ring light. Do you know what I mean, bruv? I'm getting all professional now. I am. I'm getting there. Here we are. Can you see me? You can. Yeah, good. So, yeah, that's what really, like, pissed me off, to be fair. My parents just disowned me. Me and my mum used to be quite close. It was just Philip Wain that used to get in the way of me and my mum. Yeah, that was his wife, like he said to me when I was younger. He was like, that's my fucking wife you're hurting there. And each time me and my mum would have an argument, he would step in and either beat me up, stop me from speaking to his wife. Because he used to say to me when I was 18, 19, he was like, that's my fucking wife. You hit her again and I'll knock you out. And I'm just thinking, wow. Like, there's a way you speak to a child, and that's not the way my dad should have spoke to me when I was younger whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? It still gets me angry. But I am pleased that when I was younger, I took a stance. I called the police on my dad. One day, me and my mum had like a really bad fight, and he come home like early from work, like handbrake turn in the middle of the road, like, do you know what I mean? Like, got right up in my face, used to spit in my face as well. Horrible fat fucking bastard. Yeah, you, Philip Wain, cunt. Fucking weirdo. Touched his cock in front of me as well. Yeah, he touched his private bits. Puts his hands down his trousers, looking at me at Christmas time when me and my ex-boyfriend used to come to the house. Lovely. Never forget that. Thank you very much. As if it wasn't enough him putting my hands on his genitals when I was younger to tell me that there was testicular cancer. Yeah, I asked my dad basically because I came home from school one day and we done sex education at school, and we were being taught basically how to check for cancer on the testicles. But my dad just pulled me into the bathroom and, yeah, basically put my hands on his penis and made me feel his balls. Lovely. While his wife was cooking dinner downstairs. Isn't that right, Philip Wain? Yes, it is. But you deny it to this day, and they both disowned me because of it. Then I had the audacity to call the police up when I lived in Birmingham, saying I'm lying. Can you arrest him? Fuck off. You can't do fucking jack shit. I've got a solicitor. I've got a legal team. My videos are all satire. And if you don't like me, Diane Wayne, Philip Wain, fuck off. You should not have disowned me, and you should not have treated me like shit like you did when I was a child. You know what I mean? I will talk about my parents all I want. If you don't like it, don't watch the video. Quite simple. But yeah, they not only were nasty to me, they were nasty to Nanny Joyce. My nanny, bless her heart, she's about 100 now, I reckon. She now lives in a care home because of them two, because of Philip and Diane Wayne. She had them forced out of the house. Well, I kind of was part of it. I got my nanny into a care home because of the way my mum used to treat my nanny. It was so bad. My mum was just like, get out of the way, Joyce. Philip, I'm going to hit her in a minute. I'm going to fucking hit her. I'm going to fucking hit her in a minute. Get her out of my fucking way. A 98-year-old woman cannot help pottering around the house. She used to have her own house, Diane Wayne, but you took that off her. So she's used to fucking pottering about her house. She used to take your home, which was 11 Hawkins Avenue. She used to take my parents' home as her little home. But no, that was stolen off my nanny. Our house, bless her heart, 9 Hawkins Avenue, that was stolen off her, and she had to go and live with my parents because my dad forced his mum to go and live in with them to do his dirty work for them, to pay off for the mortgage for the house. Well, looks like you might have to move now, mind it, Philip and Diane Wayne. Yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it? About time. They said they wanted to move anyway, so now's your choice. Now's your choice, now's your chance. I just exposed Diane and Philip Wayne to the world. My parents turned really cold towards me. They really did, and I will never forget it. Nope. I'm glad that my poor nanny is out of that situation, and now she's all right. She's safe. She's in a care home. She's not getting abused. I mean, my nanny didn't. Well, yeah, my nanny did get verbally abused by my mum. She was like, Philip, oh, fucking dirty bitch. Like, each time my nanny was up the table and she was eating her dinner. She's 98 years old. Of course she's going to forget her food. Of course food is going to come out of her mouth. Of course she's going to spit some stuff out. But my mum used to be like, watched her. Like, my mum was fucking bit of a psycho, but my mum was like basically watching his mum, which was my basically my mum was watching his mum eat, but intently. So like, pretend I'm eating something, like she's only like eating just like, but she was like that. Do you know what I mean? She was like, and my mum just was like there, like with the fork, like, Philip, get her down the table, I'm going to fucking hit her in a minute. Do you know what I mean? That's what my mum was like. And I just had to sit there and I was like... And then my dad was like, fuck's sake, Diane, shut up, Diane. Don't you start, Diane. Oh, that's my mum you're talking to, you fucking cow. And I just used to be like, okay, is this happening? I'm not in the same room as you. So, yeah, it got quite explosive sometimes at dinner time when me and my parents used to sit up the table with my nanny, because my nanny would just sit there and eat a bit too loud, bless her heart. But she was like, She used to sit down like this, my nanny, bless her. Right? She's 98 years old. Hello, Nanny Joyce, darling, if you're watching. She used to sit down and she was like, ooh, 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 ooh. And my mum was there with the fork going, yeah. So, my mum, she did not like my nanny one bit. But then they had like a love-hate relationship. And then when I started having a go at my mum, like when I was younger, I threatened my mum. I was like, fucking be nice to her. I was like, oh, otherwise I'm going to call the police and report you to social services. And I did. I called the police on my dad. Not because I was a grass or a snitch or anything like that. My dad beat me up. So I remember being locked in my room. I was shaking. My dad was smashing the downstairs up at the time. And I just called the police. I was really scared. I was like 15, 16. No, yeah, 16, 17. I don't know what happened. I think a massive argument broke out between me and my mum at the time. And my dad just came storming up the stairs and tried to smash my face in. So I shut the door. He was kicking the door open as I was on the phone to the police. And luckily the police came when they did. And they warned my dad, which his name's Philip Wain. And they were like, look, we've had a call with about your son, that you've been hitting him and you've hurt him and stuff like that. And so, yeah, my dad got warned by the police to leave me alone. And thank God Great Yarmouth Police did that, because if they didn't, God knows, it probably would have seriously hurt me. But not saying he would have killed me, he would have seriously hurt me. But yeah, thank God the police come. Well, no, he wouldn't have seriously hurt me because I would have fucking killed him. I don't give a shit. I lobbed the dining room table. No, sorry. Me and my dad, basically, there was one day when me and my mum had a massive argument while my dad was at work. And then my dad came home, started to chase me around the house, chase me around the living room, tried to batter me. So I just thought, fuck this shit. And I picked up a table and I threw it at my dad as hard as I possibly could. I think I hit my dad in the back of the head, winded him, and threw the coffee table at him. I could not take it. I was just like, fuck this shit. So I picked the coffee table up and threw it at him. I was not being punched. I was not being kicked anymore. That's a shame, Philip Wain, you fat cunt. I didn't kill you, mate. It's a shame. Yeah, I threw it at my dad because I was sick of him beating me up. You know what I mean? And after everything my parents put me through when I was a kid, it's time for karma, because I'm going to make sure my parents lose the house. I am. I'm going to call the people that I've been speaking to recently about my parents. And I'm fine, Giovanni, I'm just saying. I'm going to call my parents, not call my parents, I'm going to call the people. The bank's aware of like a fraud thing going on. Because why force your mum to move in with you if you can't cover for the finance of the house? Do you know what I mean? That's why my parents cut me off. That's why my dad cut me off. Because they didn't, they couldn't handle it. You know what I mean? However, my mum was extremely impressed with my makeup skills. My parents, when we were all right, we all went out to Fatso's one evening. It was lovely. We used to sit out there with Karina, which is my cousin. Hello, Karina, if you're watching. She's my cousin. She used to sit with me. She used to, we used to have a right laugh. She sat near me in my makeup. Didn't have an issue with it. And yeah, we had a really nice evening. Oh, just my 2 camera security lights came on. Oh well. I have CCTV on my home. Better than yours, Philip Wayne. Look at my cameras, bruv. One there. On the other side. Yep, I've got a very good home security system here. I can see everyone in the dark. I can hear conversations. I can see like a bird. But yeah, where was I? But yeah, my dad was horrible towards me, and I just thought, you know what, fuck it, I had enough. We'll get on to the good things about me and my parents now. So my mum used to cook really nice meals. My mum's meals were just fucking fantastic. She was a really good cook, my mum. Really good cook. Like, I thought the gravy was nice for my nanny, but oh my God, like my mum's cooking is so nice. My mum had a hobby. She started going a bit crazy. She collected dolls, and then like stuffed dolls, and then like started ripping their heads off. Yeah, I think she got fed up with being in a relationship with her husband Philip, and she just used to like taking her frustration out on my dolls. Because I used to like that fucking scared me. I just remember going around my mum's after I'd seen my boyfriend, because I used to live in Great Yarmouth, just above Shelley's Tanning Centre. When I was younger, a beautiful luxurious flat me and my boyfriend was in, and yeah, I went round there one evening because me and my boyfriend had an argument. My mum comforted me. And there she was in the dining room, like in the spare bedroom, ripping these dolls' heads apart and painting them and fucking stuffing them with. I just thought, Mum, what are you doing? Like, is that normal? Guys, tell me in the comments if you think that's normal. That's not normal at all. She had a fucking doll. It was like a doll's room. And she was like ripping the fucking doll's head off and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? You just don't do things like that. Like, she was ripping the dolls' heads and the legs off, and all you could see was this great big huge fucking bucket of arms and legs with these dolls, and my mum stitching all the dolls together. So yeah, I'm not sure she'd done that on purpose to scare me, or whatever. But no, that was my mum's hobby. My mum went a bit cuckoo. Yeah, I do feel sorry for my mum a little bit, because like when me and my boyfriend had my problems, I used to go around there in tears, and I didn't mean it to put it all on my mum, but my mum used to like come to me and my boyfriend's house. My boyfriend was 6'4", and I loved him very much. But she used to come to our house just above Shelley's Tanning Centre in Great Yarmouth. Don't go there. I swear I used to live. Someone else lives there now. But it was a beautiful 3-bedroom flat. Me and my boyfriend were on benefits at the time. He was a university student. Oh look, I have got teeth. That's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing, isn't it? Shawnee boy. I've got teeth. No, they've been knocked out either. But someone had their windows put through, didn't they, Shawnee boy? Oh, never mind. Wonder why that was. Anyways, I won't talk about that. What was I talking about now? Oh yeah, my mum went to me and my boyfriend's house above Shelley's Tanning Centre in Great Yarmouth, and she used to stand there between me and my boyfriend, and she was like, come on you two, give him a kiss, give him a hug, make up. Come on, you know you love him. So my mum was good in that as respect, because she brought me and my boyfriend together. She was like, come on, you two, stop fighting. You both love each other. She said, how long have you been together? She said, come on, kiss and make up. And then obviously I'd give him a kiss and a hug. And my mum, like at that time, my mum was quite old school. But my mum, she really did welcome my boyfriend into her family. And I can't thank her enough for that. I really can't. To this day, I was grateful to have parents that accepted my boyfriend into their family, and it was just lovely. My mum used to go out of the way at Christmas time. She made Simon feel very welcome. There was one day when he came from Coventry, his parents dropped, her name is Julie Parsons and Nick Parsons. Oh my God, these people are absolute skanks, obviously. Julie is an absolute horrible bitch. She's fat and ugly. I think she's retired now, but she's like a school teacher. And then my boyfriend's dad, was called Nick Parsons, and he was a top car sales rep. So they had loads of money. They were always getting their cars stolen in Coventry, so they moved in the end. They were getting the cars smashed through in the windscreen, and they were always getting things stolen. I'm not surprised. That fucking house I went into was worth millions, like literally. Not millions, but thousands. Like, put it this way. My ex-boyfriend's mum and dad had loads of money, do you know what I mean? His parents had loads of money, like loads of money. We're talking about 50, 60, 98 grand in the bank. Yeah. I went like one evening to the bank account with Simon, and I kind of like, not like deliberately looked at Nick's balance, but I could like see the balance, and I was like, fucking hell, bro. Like, I wish I had 78 grand in my bank account. Yeah. So they were minted, they had loads of money, but didn't like to spend it. But yeah, my mum, she did try her best, and there was one day that his parents come to my parents' house and dropped him off in Coventry, and they weren't very nice, to be fair. My parents were nice to Simon and my boyfriend's parents, but they were horrible. They were very rude, very condescending, didn't seem happy, you know. They were always trying to split that fucking cow and Nick Parsons. She looks like a fucking ugly pig. The mum does, but I don't give a fucking shit. But yeah, they now live, basically, they weren't happy with me and my boyfriend being together. They weren't happy. Do you know what I mean? They weren't happy with me and my boyfriend being together. I don't think they will ever be happy. Like, they weren't ever happy, to be fair. Neither was my parents or me. Like, if I got with a new boyfriend, they wouldn't know how I'd take it. And my mum was really nasty to me one day in the garden when I was younger. She was like, Matthew, I was 18 at the time. She was like, that's what you're going to do, is it suck dick all your life? Yeah, that's what she said. And then she was like, oh, you'll get with anyone. You'll get with anyone, wouldn't you? I was like, no. I've got standards. You know what I mean? No offence to junkie. I'm not going to go out with a junkie. I don't begrudge people, you know. Would I go out with a criminal? Would I go out with a criminal? Yeah, I would. I would go out with a criminal. Why? Because I don't judge people. And I'm not going to go out with someone that steals, but say for argument's sake, someone had got done for murder and they'd been remanded or something, and I don't know, he was a straight bloke, had a girlfriend treat him like shit, but he murdered someone, and then he came out and was like he was gay, but he wanted to have a better life and he wanted to be happy, then yeah, I'd get with him. As long as you don't murder me. Oh yeah, I would. I believe everyone in life deserves second chances. You know what I mean? I've got a very bad past, but people, you know, I'm well respected here in Scotland, and people love me down here. So yeah, I've moved on. I've sorted my life out. I'm very pleased how far I've become. I think if my parents were talking to me now, they'd be pleased because I'm living in long-term temporary luxury accommodation, 2-bedroom flat. Very nice indeedy. Got my telly now. Don't panic, that one's bolted down. And I've got 5 cameras on my house, so that's not going anywhere. I'm used to living in temporary accommodation in Birmingham. Like, honestly, like I lived in temporary accommodation. I had a 58-inch TV, and some cunt nicked it. Yeah. But I'm very lucky because most people here in Scotland are in fucking hostels or accommodation for like years upon end. But where I am, I've been fast tracked. I've been put into accommodation like that by my lawyers that push the council to put me into my own place because they know I can't cope with other people and the hostels. So they put me in this private long-term let, which I'm very happy about. So yeah, I'm going far in my life. I get more money on benefits than I've ever had. Plus, I am going to start looking for work soon. So yeah, it's all looking good for me. I look after my body more now. I eat more. I drink more now. My heart condition is slowly getting better. Yeah, I'm getting there. I haven't got a boyfriend. Not yet. Haven't had a boyfriend for 7 years now. 7 years it's been. It's been a long time. Yeah. And it's by choice as well because no one's interested in it. Nobody is like interested in me. Like I've got a bad past, and like people like, do you know what I mean? Like people judge me from my past, but at the end of the day, I'm just myself. Well, people here don't judge me, but like other people like back in England like used to judge me and that. But I couldn't give a fuck about them people. To be fair, I think England has fallen 100%. I mean. And after what I've heard about what fucking stupid pedo Keir Starmer's doing, I don't care. He's a fucking pedo, he is. I don't like him. Keir Starmer. He looks like a pedo. He's just took away the whole benefit system, hasn't he? Awful. Absolutely awful. They're not doing that down here in Scotland at all. So yeah, not good. Keir Starmer, I think you need to stop picking on innocent people and you need to stop you just need to get a life and just leave other people alone. Excuse me. Do you like my makeup? It's alright, innit? Done a really good job. I have. It's on fleek. I've got my brows on fleek and I've got my highlighter on fleek. And I've got some man watching me and he's doing his washing up facing my house. Still looking. Yeah, he is. Sure will. So yeah. But anyways, 2 seconds, guys. Still looking. think he must fancy me. I think he must fancy me or something. I think he must fancy me. He must fancy me. Stop washing up till he's standing there and he's like, I mean, still watching me. Got nothing better to do. Anyways, yeah, so I'm doing really well in my life at the moment, and I'm going to push myself. I'm a qualified hairdresser, MBQ level 2, so I would like to think I could go into work eventually. I haven't worked for a very long time, but I do like the idea of getting into full-time employment eventually, because I don't be stuck on benefits for my life, you know what I mean? It's just shit. It really is shit. It's not a way I want to live anymore, and it just sends you crazy in the end. It really does. Like, I mean, I've got a structure, I've got a routine, do you know what I mean? Some people on benefits, they waste all their money, and they just, you know what I mean? They waste all their money, and they just waste it all, do you know what I mean? They waste all the money. But me, myself, personally, I go out, and I live my life, and I'm just very proactive in what I do. I'm not like some junkies, no offense, that will like stay at home and like that will just waste their life away and like spend it on drugs and stuff like that. I can understand maybe that's why Keir Starmer's doing that, so people can't do that. But I'm not that type of person. Like, I spend my money on stuff I actually need. Yeah, door closes. Not really. But no, I spend money on food mostly and clothing. Got myself some new clothes. Do you like it? Still absolutely gorgeous. Do you want to see my leggings? Are you ready? Oh, do I look absolutely lovely? Look lovely and divine, my darlings. Gorgeous. Look lovely. I really do. So yeah, my parents, they disowned me. I think they're stupid for disowning me. And yeah, it does upset me sometimes, but I've gone past the point now of caring. I think you have to. You know, they cut my number off ages ago. I can't ring. My dad's number used to be, oh, keep trying for me, guys. I don't give a fuck. So my mum's and dad's house number is 01493 850 108. Can't get through. And my dad's mobile number was 07 833 955 987. Can't get through to either of them. If you can get through to one of those two and say to them, Michelle Flawless wants to speak to you, and try. If you guys can help me get back with my parents, great. I very much doubt it. They want nothing to do with me, and they moved on from me years ago, and they've made it quite clear how they feel about me. And it's just sad. It wasn't my mum that decided that she didn't want anything to do with me. It was her husband. Basically, what my husband, I wish, what my mum's husband said went, basically, in that relationship. So anything, basically, that he said went. And then sometimes when things didn't go right, my mum would, like, have an argument with my dad, basically. So, yeah, it just all used to, like, go completely, like, you know, haywire. You know what I mean? Has he finished watching me now? Still got this bloke in the kitchen across the road watching me. He stood there like that, washing up. Just proper watching me like, oh, he's back again now. Got a secret admirer. Who fucking fancy me? I look like fucking Dobby in my makeup. I can't help it. I don't care. You just do what you want to do, don't you? Just do what makes you feel fucking comfortable at the end of the day in this day and age. I mean, we can change it a different colour. Whoa. I look like Alphabet. That's a nice one. Do you like it in blue? There's all the colours under the fucking rainbow. Oh, there we are. But yeah, my parents disowned me. And yeah, I had to detach myself away from my parents, because if I didn't, then basically, yeah, I would have gone insane. But I've had a lot of counselling. And that's helped me a lot as well. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. That's when my parents disowned me years ago from drug taking. And yeah, I've moved on with my life now. See you guys in the next one. If your parents have disowned you and you've got a similar story to me, I'd like to hear from you.